Throughout history, the tales of legendary warriors have captivated the imagination of generations. From ancient battlefields to medieval sieges, certain figures have stood out for their extraordinary bravery, strategic genius, and indomitable spirit. In this documentary, we journey back in time to uncover the stories of 10 of the most formidable warriors history has ever known. These are individuals whose prowess in battle and impact on their world have transcended time, making them icons of courage and strength. Join us as we explore the lives and legacies of these legendary figures, delving into the tales of valor that have defined them as the most badass warriors in history. Alexander III of Macedon, more famously known as Alexander the Great, stands tall in the annals of history as a king and military commander whose astonishing conquests dramatically reshaped the landscape of the ancient world. Born in 356 BCE in the Kingdom of Macedon, Alexander was the son of King Philip II and Queen Olympias. From a young age, he demonstrated an aptitude for leadership and combat, attributes that were honed under the tutelage of the legendary philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle's teachings imbued Alexander with a passion for learning, culture, and philosophy, which would later influence his approach to leadership and governance. By the age of 20, following the assassination of his father, Alexander ascended to the throne. He inherited a powerful kingdom and a well-trained army, but it was his vision and ambition that propelled him to embark on a series of campaigns that would extend his empire across 3 continents. His military campaigns are renowned for their speed and efficiency, demonstrating his prowess in strategy and tactics. Alexander's most significant military achievement was the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BCE, where he faced the formidable army of Persian king Darius III. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Alexander's ingenuity in warfare led to a masterful tactical maneuver. He exploited a gap in the Persian lines, charging directly at Darius and causing a breakdown in the Persian army's morale. This decisive victory at Gaugamela was a turning point in the Persian Wars and marked the fall of the Achaemenid Empire. Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was born into a world of tribal warfare and strife in the late 12th century on the harsh, unforgiving steppes of Mongolia. His early life was marked by adversity, including the death of his father and abandonment by his tribe. Despite these challenging beginnings, Temujin displayed remarkable resilience and a natural aptitude for leadership. These qualities, combined with his unyielding ambition, set him on a path to become one of the most influential and feared leaders in history. Temujin's rise to power began with the unification of the Mongolian tribes. Displaying extraordinary military and political acumen, he forged alliances and defeated rival tribes, eventually earning the title of Genghis Khan, which means universal ruler. His vision extended far beyond the Mongolian plateau, and he embarked on a series of military campaigns that would eventually create an empire spanning from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. Genghis Khan's military tactics were revolutionary for his time. He utilized the mobility and endurance of Mongolian horsemen to execute lightning-fast raids and deep penetrations into enemy territory. His strategies were a blend of traditional Mongolian fighting techniques and innovative methods, including psychological warfare, espionage, and a merit-based command structure. His armies were known for their discipline, loyalty, and ferocity, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. Under his rule, the Mongol Empire implemented efficient governance, religious tolerance, and a system of laws known as the Yasa, which helped stabilize and unify his vast territories. Genghis Khan also encouraged trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Road, which had a significant impact on the economic and cultural landscape of the medieval world. Leonidas III, the storied king of Sparta, remains one of history's most renowned warrior kings, immortalized for his valiant stand against overwhelming odds at the Battle of Thermopylae. Born into the Aegeid dynasty around the 5th century BCE, Leonidas was raised in the Spartan tradition, undergoing the rigorous military training and education known as the agoge. This upbringing forged in him the quintessential virtues of Spartan society: discipline, endurance, and a steadfast commitment to duty. In 480 BCE, as the Persian king Xerxes I set his sights on conquering Greece, Leonidas faced a defining moment. Chosen to lead a small Greek force against the advancing Persian army, Leonidas' decision to make a stand at Thermopylae, a narrow mountain pass in central Greece, was as strategic as it was bold. The narrowness of the pass neutralized the numerical advantage of the Persian forces, allowing Leonidas and his men to maximize their defensive capabilities. The Spartan king, alongside his 300 elite Spartans and a few thousand other Greek soldiers, faced the Persian army, reputed to number in the hundreds of thousands. For 3 days, Leonidas and his men held the pass against Xerxes' forces, showcasing the Spartans' superior military skills and unyielding resolve. Their defense was characterized by organized phalanx formations and strategic use of the terrain, which allowed them to inflict significant casualties on the Persian army. Despite their exemplary bravery and skill, the Greeks were ultimately overwhelmed, partly due to a betrayal that led the Persians to discover a hidden path around the pass. Facing certain defeat, Leonidas dismissed the bulk of the Greek army to safety, choosing to stay behind with his 300 Spartans and a small contingent of allies in an act of supreme sacrifice. They fought to the last man, embodying the Spartan ideal of dying valiantly in battle rather than surrendering. Richard I of England, better known as Richard the Lionheart, remains a towering figure in medieval history, celebrated for his martial prowess and chivalric ideals. Born in 1157, Richard was the third son of King Henry II of England and Eleanor of Aquitaine. From a young age, Richard demonstrated an exceptional aptitude for warfare and leadership. His upbringing in the Duchy of Aquitaine, known for its tradition of troubadours and knights, imbued in him the ideals of chivalry and valor that would define his reign. Ascending to the English throne in 1189, Richard's reign was largely characterized by his involvement in the Third Crusade, one of the most significant military campaigns of the medieval period. Motivated by a deep religious fervor and a desire to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control, Richard set out for the Middle East, leaving England in the hands of regents. His reputation as a courageous and strategic military leader was solidified during this crusade. Richard's leadership in the Third Crusade was marked by several key victories that showcased his tactical acumen. The Battle of Arsuf in 1191 was a prime example of his military skill. Facing the army of the legendary Muslim leader Saladin, Richard executed a disciplined and timely attack, leading to a crucial victory for the Crusaders. This battle, among others, earned Richard a reputation for being an indomitable warrior and a master of medieval warfare. Despite his military successes, Richard's ultimate goal of recapturing Jerusalem remained elusive. His campaign, however, was not without its diplomatic achievements. Richard's respect for his adversary Saladin and his chivalric conduct during negotiations led to the Treaty of Jaffa in 1192. This treaty allowed Christian pilgrims safe access to Jerusalem, a significant concession at the time. Richard's time in the Holy Land was also marked by his ability to inspire and lead men in adverse conditions. His charisma, coupled with his personal bravery, endeared him to his troops and contemporaries. His leadership during the Siege of Acre and his conduct in the face of adversity during his return journey to England, where he was captured and held for ransom, further cemented his status as a legendary warrior king. Miyamoto Musashi, born in 1584 in Harima Province, Japan, is a figure shrouded in martial legend and revered as perhaps the most renowned swordsman in Japanese history. His life, characterized by numerous duels and a unique approach to swordsmanship, has become emblematic of the samurai spirit and ethos. Musashi's journey from a young warrior to a master swordsman and philosopher encapsulates the essence of Bushido, the samurai code of honor. Musashi's legend began in his youth. He fought his first duel at the age of 13, demonstrating early on a natural talent for combat. Over the years, Musashi honed his skills in swordsmanship, challenging and defeating numerous opponents. His approach to combat was unconventional. He often arrived late to duels, unsettling his opponents, and utilized various weapons, including wooden swords, to gain an advantage. Musashi's most celebrated duel, which has taken a mythic status in Japanese culture, was against the famed swordsman Sasaki Kojiro in 1612. In this legendary encounter, Musashi arrived late, further agitating an already impatient Kojiro. Using a wooden sword he had carved from an oar on his way to the duel, Musashi defeated Kojiro with a single decisive strike. This duel not only solidified Musashi's reputation as a master swordsman, but also showcased his psychological acumen in warfare. Boudica, the warrior queen of the Iceni tribe, led a significant uprising against the occupying Roman forces in Britain around 60 CE. After suffering personal tragedy at the hands of the Romans, Boudica rallied her tribe and other Britons in a fierce rebellion. Her forces captured and destroyed Roman settlements, including London. Although ultimately defeated, Boudica's revolt was one of the most significant challenges to Roman rule in Britain, and her legacy endures as a symbol of resistance against oppression. Saladin, the first Sultan of Egypt and Syria, is revered for his role in the Islamic military campaigns during the Crusades. Born in 1137, Saladin is best known for his recapture of Jerusalem in 1187, after defeating the Crusader forces at the Battle of Hattin. His chivalry and noble conduct in warfare, even towards his Christian enemies, earned him respect on both sides of the conflict. Saladin's leadership and military accomplishments have made him one of the most respected figures in Middle Eastern history. Joan of Arc, a peasant girl born in 1412 in Domremy, France, rose to prominence during the 100 Years' War. Claiming divine guidance, Joan led the French army to several important victories, including the Siege of Orléans in 1429, which marked a turning point in the war. Her leadership and vision reinvigorated the French cause, but her capture and execution by the English in 1431 made her a martyr. Joan of Arc remains a symbol of French nationalism and a testament to the power of faith and conviction. Vlad III, known as Vlad the Impaler, was the ruler of Wallachia in the 15th century. His rule was marked by his fierce resistance against the Ottoman Empire and his reputation for extreme and brutal methods of punishment, including impalement. Vlad's legacy is shrouded in both historical and legendary accounts, inspiring the Dracula myth. Despite his notorious reputation, Vlad is also remembered as a national hero who resisted foreign domination in his homeland. Ching Shih, a former prostitute, became one of the most powerful and successful pirates in history. In the early 19th century, she commanded the Red Flag Fleet, a massive pirate armada in the South China Sea. Under her leadership, the fleet grew in power and influence, defying the naval forces of major empires. Her command was marked by strict rules and an effective organizational structure. Eventually, Ching Shih negotiated a pardon and retirement, ending her career as one of the most formidable pirates ever known. The stories of these 10 warriors transcend time and culture, each a unique tapestry woven with threads of bravery, strategy, and an indomitable will. Their lives remind us that history is not just a series of events, but a collection of human experiences, defined by moments of extraordinary valor. These legendary warriors, from different corners of the world and spanning various eras, collectively represent the diverse expressions of what it means to be a warrior. Their stories of conquest, defense, rebellion, and resilience offer us a glimpse into the complexities of human nature and the unyielding spirit of defiance against the odds. If you've been captivated by these tales of legendary warriors and thirst for more insights into the fascinating realms of history, I invite you to join our journey on Ancient to Now. Our channel delves into the depths of history, uncovering the stories, secrets, and lessons from the past that continue to shape our world. Don't miss out on our explorations into history's most intriguing chapters. Subscribe to Ancient to Now on YouTube and become part of our community of history enthusiasts. Together, let's continue to unravel the mysteries and marvels of our shared human story.